Time now to turn our attention to the mixed team competition here on Compound Saturday. We start with the bronze medal match. It's time for the athletes to come out onto the field of play. Croatia versus India for bronze.
And now, please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the Compound Mixed Team bronze medal match.
Time for bronze here in the compound mixed team as Croatia take on India. Croatia on target number 1, India on target number 2. Mixed team, 1 man, 1 woman. First medal of the season. Let's go down
On
to
target number 1,
introductions.
representing Croatia, Amanda Mljaric. And Domagoj Buden. On target number 2, representing India, Muskan Kiran and Abhishek Verma. The blind judge for this match is David Catalan.
Well, here we go. Teams introduced. Mlinaric and Buden for Croatia go up against Kira and Verma of India. Nikki, an exciting new format here for the archers. Who do you fancy here?
Oh, tough match, isn't it? Bronze. Ooh, could go either way. It's going to be a tight one as always.
Well, we start this compound mixed team bronze medal match between India and Croatia. Indians shooting first, and it's Muskan Kira.
10 points.
Great start from them, straight into the 10. The shot just looks so smooth, doesn't it? Just builds and builds and builds the pressures, and then it just breaks.
Norwich starting things off for Croatia. Support from Buden. She very quickly steps off the line. Released her arrow.
You can see there's 2 target faces on the targets down there. As long as there's 2 arrows in each face, doesn't matter what order, who shoots in it, which one. Just make sure there's 2 in each face by the end of the end.
10 line liner.
Marked as a 9.
Seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3.
10 points.
You can hear the coach counting down on a clock these archers. We're shooting second. Well, chance here for a slender 1-point lead. If Buden can hit a 10 and the measure goes in Croatia's favour. Third arrow for India, potentially could be a 10. What a solid start from Mlinaric and Buden. A guaranteed 40 perfect start for them. India will wait for the target judge to make their call. There we go. Let's see if we can find out what they have to say. Well, I think we got clear indication of that measured arrow being marked down to a 9. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Robert Potts, isn't it, from Great Britain, target judge?
It is indeed.
Important job measuring the arrows.
He put a great photo on Facebook before this event about how he separates all his judging equipment into 2 different bags to ensure when he arrives he's got all the technical gadgets he needs.
Technical expert sitting next to me, former world number 1, Nikki the Geek Hunt, with all the knowledge for you archery fans. Even knows what the judges have for lunch. Croatia versus India here. India shooting first in the second end.
Continue.
India trailing by that single point. Being marked down in the first end. Start the second with a 10.
Confident.
See how much communication is going on between the team as well. That's really important. Telling your teammate whether the conditions are changing, any problems up there. You can't actually see the flags when you're at full draw. You're looking through that peep sight and scope.
Yeah, you talk about communication. Of course, it is important, especially that the conditions are changing as they always do here in Antalya. Is it easier to be chasing, or is it easier to be in the lead, in your opinion?
It's easier just to stick to your process. Try not to think about anything, honestly. Like, if you can keep your brain on just what you're doing, that is all that matters. Stay away from the outcome. As soon as you think about outcome, process will fall away.
Yeah. It's easier said than done as the clock counts down again on Verma. They really are running that clock right to the end, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Again, communication of that, counting down that timer. Most archers want to hear 10 seconds to go, and that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so they know that they've got to make that shot within the time.
No time issues for Mirage. She's really quick, isn't she? Gets to a draw, and then it's not long before she releases. It's been perfect so far from Croatia. They have not missed the 10, and they lead by a single point here. Of course, the arrows will be measured, but India starting to climb as well. They dropped 1 point at the first end. It seems so harsh, but it's an important point at the halfway stage. India trail by the point they dropped in the first end.
Yeah, and not only did they only just drop 1 point, I mean, it had to be marked by the judge. If it was that close, we're talking millimetres, so nothing in this really. The archers just checking their arrows, so if they are very close, the chance is that they could hit the back end of an arrow and damage the knock. So when the arrows come back to you, just check over, make sure everything's okay, the fletchings are still stuck down, don't damage the knock.
Yeah, the knock is the part of the arrow that clips into the string on the bow. Of course, if that's damaged as they release the string, it can affect the flight of the arrow, so important to check your equipment in between ends. India trailing by a single point. The two teams near perfect. India just dropping a single point, and it will be Askan Kira to shoot first in end number 3.
Ten points from Kira.
Just look at the way he puts his thumb on the trigger now, and he's just increasing the pressures front and back. Really lovely balanced shot.
New to the sport, that trigger is the backhand. So with his thumb at trigger, Croatia dropping their first point of the match so far. So Buden needs a 10 to keep this one level.
Bra.
10 points.
Square, 6 arrows left for each team in this bronze medal match.
Third point.
You already see how he's wrapped his thumb around, and he's just pulling.
9 points.
Another one dropped.
So a couple of 10s here from Croatia, and they'll maintain that 1 point lead they came into the third end with. Quick shot from Golnaric into the 10. Bit of pressure on Buden now as the match starts to draw to its conclusion. Buden needs the 10 to maintain the lead. Well, they dropped their first point, Croatia. The start of this third end of 4. But India dropping another point for Abhishek Verma, who looked pretty annoyed with himself. Croatia maintained the 1 point lead they had from the start of the match going into the 4th and final end, subject of course to the measure from the target judge.
Just watch his front hand. You know, these fingers on this front hand just tend to move a little bit. Still shot.
And 118 as India. Croatia is leading the match with 1 point.
See different grips now. The next finger's a little bit further around the grip. Just rest on that right edge.
Yeah, it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all type of sport. Each athlete have their own process, their own style, and it is about what works for you. At the moment it's all working for Croatia. They lead by 1. We go into the 4th and final end, and it's Kira for India to shoot first.
10 points.
That was normal, solid shooting. Needs to stay there.
Yeah, all about composure now for the Croatians. Pressure put on with a maximum halfway through the 4th for India. Croatia leading by 1. Well, they were leading by 1, but it's another dropped point. And emotionally, we're all square. And we definitely will be all square if Budin puts this into the 10. He does, and what a finish we've got on our hands. 1 arrow per archer left in this bronze medal match here at the first stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup in the mixed team competition. Archery of India will shoot first.
You can just see the pressures in that front hand again changing a little bit, and as soon as it went off, she tried to drag that front arm down. She knew it just popped high. Expensive.
Potentially very expensive. Verma looking a little upset with that. Perhaps he knows this one's gone. No pressure then on him for a 10 to finish things off. 9 and a 10 will do it for Croatia. We'll talk about a brilliant shot from Milnaric. She's taken the pressure off a little bit from Budin. He's not dropped a point so far.
9 points.
Commentator's curse or what, Karim?
Hey, it was enough. It was enough. Drops his first point, Domagoj Budin, but it was enough to take the bronze. Croatia will be on the podium here in Antalya.